Last week on Sailing Bagheera, we visited a tropical paradise, being Middle Percy Island, where we had the pleasure of visiting the A-frame on shore and leaving a memento of our boat with our name of Sailing Bagheera. We then carried on and had a few dramas with our Jenica, but eventually made it to Port Newry, where we made some urgent repairs.
So this week we start off at Port Newry. The urgent repairs are completed. Cheryl's gone up the mast once again, so it's time to do some exploring.
We're coming in this morning through a channel. We've left Newry Island and we're coming up what we call Victor Creek, following the channel markers. Quite a shallow channel, so you've got to come in at high tide. Following our friends on Karanga, just following the channel markers. Public jetty, and you can anchor here and access the local seaport town, or even Mackay, which is about 45-minute drive away. Just navigating a tricky channel. So this is what it's like now the tide's out in Victor Creek. You can see where we've come around that channel marker over there. Channel runs all the way around the far side. It's all dry when the tide's out. We seem to have survived and we haven't run aground. So we've been fortunate enough on our visit to Victor Creek to have some friends of Tim and Deb's, Graeme and Meredith, Merri, invite us over to their home for a visit. They live on a beautiful acreage near Cape Hillsborough. So we're just enjoying a bit of a drink and a get together here. And there's Summer. Hello, Summer. A beautiful garden.
Hi, Brent is great. For that job.
So here we are at Graeme and Merri's house, having a drink.
I can see myself on TV now.
Give it a start.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. We've just come out from Victor Creek and we're heading back into our anchorage at in between Outer Newry and Newry Island. A lovely little spot.
We decided to come back to Newry to ground the boat, just to check that nothing else was tangled under the props, and just to give it a once over. Give it a clean as well. It was a very messy job cleaning the hulls, but we're pleased we did it, and so the next day we head off to Goldsmiths.
So we've pulled in at Goldsmiths Beach and picked up one of the public moorings. There's not very many we've come across in Queensland here, so we've been able to pick up one of them. Some people over there have on the other one. Nice looking beach.
Travelling with Tim and Deb has taught us to go and visit places and take the opportunity to see things at these places if you get time. Well, while we're waiting for Tim and Deb to turn up, we go and take a little tour of Goldsmiths Beach.
we met a lovely couple, Gwen and Bob, on Goldsmith Beach, who live on Arcadia out there, and we've been admiring Bob's fenders on his boat, so I'm going to have to make some. They were lovely to meet you. Safe travel.
Thank you.
Bye. I woke up to a beautiful morning at Goldsmith Beach. There's maybe pancakes for breakfast for Mother's Day. Hopefully get to Scott the boys later. Just getting ready to head over to Shaw Island, our namesake. I was just getting Jenica ready to set up. Put up.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Beautiful morning. Just coming into Shaw Island, our namesake. Their name's Shaw, so we had to come and visit, check out the island. Just opposite Shaw Island is Lindeman Island with an old resort, one of many. It's no longer operating. Coming into a nice anchorage here around the corner. Nice and sheltered. Awesome day out today, not a lot of wind, but just beautiful, calm sailing.
No sooner had we arrived at Shaw Island than our friends from Karanga, Tim and Deb, showed up. They spent a couple of extra days at Newry visiting friends and family. As soon as they dropped anchor, a dugong appeared. None of us had ever seen one before.
Let's come on the beach at Shaw Island and have a bit of Sundowners on the beach. Deb and Tim. This week we thought we'd give you a bit of an idea of where we started our journey and what we've done to get to where we are right now. A lot of people have been asking questions about where do they start in their journey, so we thought we'd give you a bit of feedback on what we did. Where did we start, Murray? I think we were sitting in our lounge one day thinking how could we make our life better and what kind of a life we could have where we could live as frugally as we could and enjoy travelling. We weren't that keen on caravans.
Although that was our first idea, wasn't it, to travel around Australia in a caravan?
But then I was looking out the window and I saw these beautiful boats out there and I said to Murray, what about if we went sailing? Murray looked at me and went, okay.
That was a great idea, I thought. When I was young, I did like a little bit of sailing on a laser, which isn't a very big boat. And by a little bit, I mean I had a girlfriend who had a boat and every now and then I'd go out with her. So Cheryl and I, neither of us had any sailing experience to talk of. So
this was something that I felt drew me, was to the water and sailing, and I thought what a great life that could be. So we started looking at possibilities, and this is probably 6 months before we actually bought a boat. We started looking, researching what sites were we using, Yacht Hub,
boats for sale,
boats online.
Yeah, anything that was selling boats basically. And the other thing that I was doing is I was looking at YouTube channels, people's adventures already, what they'd done, just to give us some background, because we really didn't know where to start. And that's where we'll leave it this week. Each week we'll add to the series of how we started out in our little adventure. But if you have any specific questions that you want us to cover, send us a comment on our YouTube channel and we're sure to respond to you. In the meantime, thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.